Funatics Guide to Walt Disney World is proud to present our new itinerary planning tool. Here's a PDF of an actual itinerary I made for my wife's upcoming trip to Disney World using our new itinerary tool. As you can see, it's broken down by day and tracks everything from our flight reservations, hotel reservations, dining, even the rides that we plan to go on. So let's take a minute and see how this is all built. This is the screen on which most of the itinerary will be built. The first thing we do is set your trip date by clicking on the pencil, and you enter a start date and an end date. We're going to go through December 2nd, and then you give the trip a title, Shannon's Birthday Trip 2013. Hit save. Now you notice that all of the days have been pre-filled in on the itinerary, as well as the title has been changed to Shannon's Birthday Trip. Now before we get too far along, what I want to point out that whenever the mouse turns into a hand, that means that it's a clickable link. If you click on it, something's going to happen, and that is used throughout the entire program. So be sure to try to mouse over stuff, and you can see where you are going to be able to make some changes. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on a date, Friday, and add some parks. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put in a custom placeholder and give it a title, which is Fly from Seattle to Orlando. And we're going to fly out at 9 p.m. I'm going to take a red eye, and our reservation number is 3B. And I hit add. Now the second thing we're going to do, after I hit finished, it'll appear up on the itinerary. Now on Saturday is the day that we actually arrive at our resort. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Saturday, and we're going to stay at the Contemporary Resort. So I will click on that, and we actually get in about 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to say we're going to check in at 7 in the morning. And then as soon as we get checked in, we're going to go directly to a park, and we're going to go to Disney's Hollywood Studios. So let's set that for 7 a.m. Now these aren't showing up as I'm typing them in. Once I hit finish, they'll show up. And then we're going to come back to the resort because we've been up all night, and we're going to go to the Contemporary Resort around, I don't know, let's say noon, and take a nap. And then in the evening, we're going to go back to Disney's Hollywood Studios and watch 6 o'clock. We're going to go there. We're going to try to get in and see the Osborne Family Lights. So now I hit finish. You can see that Saturday, the parks and all of the main places that we're going to be going to are filled in. So real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out the rest of the itinerary. It works the exact same way, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. As you can see, we filled in the rest of the parks that we'll be going to during our stay. And now it's time to pick the activities. Now there's several ways to do this. if you're more experienced, you may just want to type in the names directly. But for those of us who are a little bit new to Walt Disney World, what we'll want to do on this screen is filter as search results. And we can do that by expanding the various nodes on the tree view. And for instance, if you want to say, I want to go to rides, you can pick rides, and I want to do that inside Epcot. So when I hit filter, all of the rides inside Epcot will appear with their description and some icons that actually tell you about the ride itself. For instance, Mission Space. If you hold your mouse over the icon, it tells you that it's dark, that the speed is slow, but they're spinning, and it's for the thrill seeker. So there's also a description about it that if you hit expand, it tells you that it's indoors and what the minimum height and various information for the ride. It also tells you where it's located. This particular ride, Mission Space, is in Future World inside Epcot in the Mission Space Pavilion. So if I want to add that to my itinerary, when I mouse over the name, you can see it turned into a hand again. I click on it, and it shows me the days that I will be in Epcot. And on this particular trip, we're there for 4 days. I really, really like this ride, so I'm going to go on that Sunday and Monday to make sure I get it out of the way, and I hit save. And now it has been added to the itinerary. So I can continue to go through, and like Soarin' is another great ride. I click on it, and I'm telling you, this is my favorite ride in Epcot. I'm going to go every single day that I can. So I've added it to all 4 days of the itinerary. Now I can do the same thing with food. If I say I want to pick dining, and I've already got Epcot picked, I can say all the dining places inside Epcot. And let's say I pick on Coral Reef, and I want to eat there Monday, and I have reservations, and I want to be there at 2 p.m. And our number is, I'm just going to make something up, is GH. There. That's my reservation number, and I hit save, and it's been added to the itinerary. So if we go back to the pick dates page, you can see that I got Coral Reef there at 2 p.m. and there's our reservation number. We're going to go to Soarin' and Mission Space. But for Soarin', I want to add a note. And my note's going to be get fast pass. First thing in the morning. There. I want to get the fast pass because that line gets long. So I can make adjustments from this screen as well. Let's go back to pick activities, and I'll show you the second way. Let's say I know that I want to go to the seas with Nemo and friends. If I just type in Nemo and hit find, all of the items in our database with the word Nemo in it will come up. And this one's the ride right here, so I click on it, and I'm going to go on Thursday, hit save, and that'll be added as well to the itinerary. So now if you are familiar with Disney World and you know the items you want to go to and you just want to add them quickly, it's very easy to do. Let's say we're going to Disney's Hollywood Studios. I click on it. There are a number of things I can do. I can remove it. I can move it to a different day or different times. I can add notes, or I can quick add activities. And what that means is, let's just say I'm going to go to the Prime Time Cafe. I just type in Prime. It finds anything within Disney Hollywood Studios that contains the word Prime, and there's only one, so I'm going to pick it. And I'm also going to select that I have a reservation. And we're going to go there at, I think it was 11:30.
hit save, finished, and here it shows up on the itinerary. So you can quickly, if you know where you're going, you don't have to go from screen to screen. You can do all of your work right here on this one screen. Now, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. There's a lot of work involved in planning your perfect trip. You can share this with your friends that are going with you or your family and get their input and make changes at any time. And one of the ways to do that is you go to the print itinerary and you just click the button, make PDF, and it will create a PDF of your trip. Let's drag it over here. And you can see this itinerary is not quite done, but it has all of the items in it that we have entered in there. The Mission Space and the Soarin' and the 50s Primetime Cafe. And we're on our way to a wonderful trip. Before I go, I would like to point out one other thing. There, up in the top here is navigation. There's a link on the right to video tutorials. Please take a moment to go through the tutorials on the page. By the time you get through them, some of them are very detailed and others are overview types and with tips. And by the time you get through all the videos, you'll be an expert. There's another one I want to point out, contact. It's here and it's also at the bottom of the screen. If you find a feature that you wish was in here, please let us know. Any feedback is highly appreciated. And I just want to take a minute to say thank you for watching the video, and I hope your trip to Disney World is wonderful.